Welcome back. Part 3 of Relenlightenment. This is I want to change the name. If you're at part 3, well now you've made it to I guess like the Lord rose on the third day. I think it's that. Um I want to change the name because when I call it Relenlightenment, it still feels too personal to where I just again and what's awesome about this is I normally let me just get into the intro. Okay. Guys, if you haven't, remember go back and watch part 1, 2, and 3 it'll just make 3 all the better. Going through each video and yeah, it'll just make each video way better. I love you guys. Thank you for checking out the videos. These videos are really important to me and sacred to me, and it's a lot of the stuff I'm going to be sharing too is going to be a little bit sacred because it's kind of showing you and shedding and unveiling what I've just come to know and figure out about at least reality and its many secrets, and realizing that there's really everythingness in nothingness. And I even feel a little burning in my heart right now that feels like, wow, I'm doing the work. I've done it. It's like I'm here. I'm here. And my journey's far from over, but I'm excited for what the future holds because I think I let go one of the toughest parts that everyone deals with here on their journey, and it's wanting to always blame something outside of yourself. And the truth is there is nothing happening outside of yourself. It's all an emotional response, and you choose really how to react to every situation that happens to you. That's why I've really just felt pure bliss when I got pepper sprayed by my ex on my literally on my birthday. I felt no pain, like no internal pain. It just was, I was in heaven. Like, that's how I can tell. Like, now I understand how heaven and hell are states of mind. Sorry, this intro is getting way too this. I need to save this for the video. All right, intro rolling. Let's go. I think a good place to start is the shedding. Oh boy, it's been a lot of shedding. Holy moly. It's shedding. It's shedding who you think you are, and you'll return to who you are. It's so funny how simple that is. Yeah, I can't say any more than that. Like everything I was getting into in the beginning, or where I started to go on the pepper sprays, because the pepper spray thing was a high offense. Even when I was vulnerable enough to tell, I told people in a full live stream, like, yo, I felt completely blissful. Like, I don't know if anyone has felt this. Like, is this the heaven state of mind? Like, I had to ask because I was so taken aback. And I remember the live stream I was in of lovely awakened individuals saying, like, yeah, man, you're there. Like, we'll see you on the way up. Because people even acknowledge that they haven't gotten to that level of releasement yet. But I really got to that state where I don't think anyone can affect me, man. Like, I can lose my computer, I can lose my YouTube channel. And see, I thought that I was at this at the beginning of my channel, and I didn't even realize that there were still layers to it. There's levels to it. There's even more levels to be like, yo. And I remember when I got this Moldavite necklace, I was in Florida, and I remember going into this shop that had all blacked out windows. They took their practices so serious, and in a way where it was a serious but lax, and it was so beautiful. And I remember just, I still got the card. Where's the business card, man? If you're ever in Florida, let me shout out. I absolutely, the Looking Glass. The Looking Glass, 2317 Central Ave, a new age shop with a twist. Oh man, love them. Number is 727-498-8611. Gotta give y'all that. Like, go show them some love, because I remember when I got my Moldavite necklace from the guy there, and just how synchronistic the whole experience was. Like, you know, and something gave me a different vibe. And yes, say I was judging a book by its cover, but just that the windows were blacked out and this whole feeling of like, nah, this is the shop. You had to buzz in to get into the store. I was like, no, this is the shop. Because again, I tell you, like, I'm the same person, like back in the early stages of my awakening, would not joke, but laugh at people using crystals and stuff. Not like laugh where I would be like, yo, like, it's kind of corny because some people are like deathly afraid of if they don't have their crystals. So I almost laughed to the attachment. But then what was shown to me very fast was what was happening on the outside. I got shown energy very quickly through a series of dreams. And I was like, oh, now I understand the energy attached to it. And what did I do? The very person joking went and got crystals, motherfucker, because now I understand that these things are a channel for our energy. So these people are connecting to it in a way, but there will still be deeper levels that they reach. And I'm being vulnerable about this now because I need to show you the honesty of me, because to reach source, it's shedding what you think you are. So I still even had a level of judgment. I guess I've heard some people call it a spiritual ego or a judgment, but I had that, right? And I was like, yo, but then when I started actually feeling these crystals, like feeling so much, I was like, yo, because what's crazy is my who I thought I was in the judgment from the awakening that I had led me to realize the deeper truths. Like, man, people want me to still talk about that story of where I got into a group chat and got into like this battle with very in their ego spiritual vegans and stuff. And don't worry, that maybe that will come out in this video right here. But it was very funny because the reason I got into that little like battle, I was like, yo, y'all are not understanding what I'm saying. Like, I had Tyson chicken nuggets last night, and all I did was put my intention into the chicken, and I started crying tears of joy after I ate it. Like, it was like whatever the energy was behind the chicken felt safe with my soul. I felt fucking weird saying that, but what I realized is everything is one, bro. Like, everything is one, and they could not understand that. And I realized that my spiritual judgments led me to these realizations, because even with the crystals, still to this day, I realized it was all the mind, but I needed to know what it was. What was the energy behind it? And people would call it like placebo, but that placebo was actually activating people's law of attraction. And maybe you've never heard anyone else say it like this, and I'm glad, because this is being authentically me. This is what I mean when it comes to authenticity and shedding, because I had to have the experiences. Like, I was literally like, I came to realize the energy that's actually in the crystals, and it's actually you. Like, you're a crystalline being. We're in a dense carbon structure, but your body becomes more light. I mean, people who are religious, it says this in the Bible, apparently. Like, I've heard stories like it talks about the body being a light body. Bro, yes. Like I've seen the reality through the things I've shedded, but I need y'all to understand that shedding came through the introspection of looking at me, because I had to ask myself, why do I actually feel the need to laugh and joke at the crystals? And the answers came to me, and I just started to shed it. And I was like, no, I get it. Everyone is just where they're at. You know, because I felt like I just wanted everyone to know. And now through that, now everybody is starting to know. Like, it's very funny. But, yeah, man, like, it's a lot of shedding. So anyways, I got my Moldavite necklace from that guy and his wife. I absolutely love them. Man, they're two of my most favorite beings, and maybe that's why I meet them in every life. But it's just meeting myself. But I remember telling him, man, I was like, yo, man, where do you feel like you're at? And he was like, I don't know, man. These levels never end. Like, how many levels are there? There's just, and I'm getting chills, and I'm laughing right now because I'm realizing the shedding never ends until you can go, like, here, life is a dream said this. You can go to, you know how, I don't know if you've ever heard someone talk about tuning into different radio stations for manifesting, but it's like that. Say that source is 100%, right? And we've went down in densities. So if you could look at where different people are at their journey, it's like, oh, this person is 40%, this person is 60, this person is 80, this person is 90. Well, now imagine if there's a multiverse of consciousness and all this and multiple universes of you. Well, think about that when it comes to source being 100. That means you could be on 99.2222222. You could be on 98.2222222233333. Like you get, like it can go on forever. It depends on where you're tuned. So when he said that to me, I really got it back then. But like right now, I'm really embodying what he was saying. Like, when do the levels ever end? Like, I don't know. And I'm laughing because I realize, like, holy shit, dude is right. Right now, me even talking to y'all, I could be at because of my realizations and all the things that I went through, I could be at 90.11111. Like, I'm still not even all the way completely acting in my divinity, because there's still things that I say like I enjoy in the narrative, but I feel like that enjoyment comes from a different place. It still feels like it's coming from inner to outward. And the reason I say that is because of seeing the things I've manifested. Like, man, go back to my channel divinity video. Even me making this video and being able to flow right here, it's just coming out of me. Like, I could just talk forever because it's like we're infinite energy. Like, we're infinite. Like, I can't just... like when I stop talking, I go back to being high, but I even feel high when I'm talking because it's like, yo, we're infinite energy. There's infinite versions of ourselves. And now you see quantum physics catching up to what we're talking about. Like just look, man, like, yo, and I'm going to tell you right now, like, yeah, man, it was my uncle that put me, man, he played his role because he put me, and ironically, he was the one who put me on the journey of like looking into quantum physics, because he asked us one day, hey, like, have you guys ever looked into quantum physics? And I was like, nah, I never really thought to. Then I end up getting these books. And funny enough, that uncle is the same one that said that they wished I would have just went to the military because I ended up like, they felt like in their own perspective, I didn't do anything with my life. And now here I am, having manifested $28,000, telling people like I say the things that I'm going to do, and ended up in Austin, Texas. Like I said, I would end up, I'm like, I'm not bound. What do you like? Why are you guys trying to bind me to the human consciousness? I'm not bound by this reality. I changed the rules of my mind and opportunity opens up everywhere. Like, I mean, I understand that we're all at our past where we're at, but I mean, have fun being where you're at, because me, I'm not going to be bound. And if you feel like you're someone who you feel this necessity to, you know, go at someone else or drag someone else down or beat, then you're at a certain level of consciousness where I honor your experience to be able to say that. But at the same time, we're all one. So you're really just doing it to yourself, because me, I'm not bound by this. Like, I gotta shout out my cousin Dom. I for some reason felt the need to tell him this. One day I had to call him to tell him this. I just wanted to tell him I loved him, right? And what I loved is one day when he came over to, when I came back to my parents the first time, I was back and he said to me, I know you're not going to be here forever. Just like, make sure I get to see you before you leave. And he said, like, I've always believed in you. Like, I always know you're going to get out and just leave again. And I brought that up to him again and said, I really love you for that, because you don't understand how high keys of consciousness those words are, where the same people that have told me that they believe in me, and I know some of them still like watch me, have like altered. And not altered, but they had to go to where they had to go on the journey where, and I had to walk where I had to walk, because like Shakespeare said, the world is a stage and we're the many actors and actresses on it. And the real truth of the thing is just that validated something I started to build in myself, because I don't feel trapped. Like, all of it feels like fireworks. Like, if I can explain it to y'all, it feels like festivals. Heaven feels like festivals. It feels so beautiful. It feels like I can do anything. Like, it feels like I could literally stop this whole YouTube channel. Like I said back in that video when I was in Austin, Texas, that I could just sell all this and just go to my next endeavor and just completely ghost, like, and not in a bad way, but ghost everyone from my previous life that everyone feels like they known me as, and just become something different. We're ever changing, we're shifting, we're infinite creatures. Why would I put myself in a box of consciousness here? That's what I'm saying. Some of it, that's why it's like the very notion of becoming this can't, like, breaks down anything of selfishness, or breaks down anything about like anything that anyone tries to say. There's just levels to this shit. It's like very true. You're infinite being. So what anything spoken in a human narrative would limit you. You're having an experience. It's like, that's why now I really know the embodiment of what it is to say that death is the true life. That's why they even call it ego death or having a spiritual death, because death is truly living. When you die to who you think you are, you awaken to what you really are. And that's powerful, man. And now I'm even coming into realizations of the certain things that I say in my day to day. No wonder I say them. It's like I'm in tune with who I am, and it's just tuning up more and more. Like, oh man, if I could tell you all the certain things, man, I should. Maybe I should start talking about the dreams and stuff now. And these are sacred, so like I feel like on the dream video, I'm not gonna really respond. Though I'm strong enough, I'm not gonna really respond. Like, okay, no, I don't even have to say that. I'll just see. But I think I'm just gonna upload these videos for the right person to hear and just say to you, more power to you, because it's in you and you don't need anyone to shed all this stuff. You don't need spiritual gurus. You don't need this guy over here and this guy. It's you. It's literally the knowledge, and all of it speaks of who we are. Much love, Moonlight. I'm out of here.